Alright guys, welcome back to Chrono Trigger. We are now on part 4, and we have just entered the future. So now the thing about the future is, while you are on the world map, you actually need to move quickly from place to place. Because if you stay on the world map for too long, well, give it a second and you'll see. Maybe. Okay, never mind, whatever. Alright, well, normally, if you stay on the world map for too long, your character will start taking damage. Oh yeah, and the little rat things here actually deal damage to you. Or, well, they don't deal damage to you, instead they steal your items, so you don't want to actually let them tag you. Instead, we have these guys, the mutants. As I mentioned, these things do not take damage from, or they do not take a lot of damage from normal attacks. As you can see, oh, okay, maybe they do. Okay, so they apparently take a lot of damage. Alright, well, I don't know why they were saying that they don't take damage, because this guy seems to die just fine. Maybe it's something we encounter a little bit later on. But as you can see, the monsters here in the future don't really give a whole lot of decent amounts of experience, so... Really? You would think that that guy would be close enough, that top guy would be close enough to hit the other two, but alright, whatever. See if maybe they move a little bit closer if we can give them a second or two. There we go. See how they like that. Well, that's just... Dagnabbit. Let's try that again. There we go. Alright, so that worked out much better. Of course, it still was mostly a waste of time, considering that they, didn't really give that much in the ways of experience or... Though Marle's the only one who actually needs tech points right now, considering that she's the newest character. Let's see. How much do they like fire? They really couldn't care one way or the other. Okay, so apparently these guys like physical, or don't like physical attacks. Actually, techniques do a nice chunk of damage on them too. That's good. Oh, send in Chrono for cleanup. And there's another load sword that we do not need. And that's another time I've stolen, and holy crap, get away from me. weapon for Marl. With a significantly better attack power, so you can actually... Jerk. They can just run them down and around to try and avoid these guys, but they generally are going to end up fighting no matter what. Okay, so physical or magical type techniques do not really influence these guys that much, as you can see. Chrono's Slash is actually considered a lightning elemental attack. Which is important because later on in the game, elemental weaknesses will come into play a lot more. Sure, let's fight these guys, because these guys give a... Let's see if we can... Well, that'll take 4 of them. So that was... Now, if you notice, we did just the normal Cyclone instead of the Fire Roll because it dealt more damage that way. Now, these are the enemies they were talking about that do not take that much damage from physical attacks. At least I believe it is. See? They just get missed. But if you actually hit them with magical type techniques, it deals quite a bit of damage. Now, we can go underneath to avoid that guy and instead fight more of these little shadow dudes, or we can go up top and actually fight the mutant thing, which we're going to go fight it anyway just because, you know, experience. Yay, experience. We like experience. Let's see. There we go. I want to try and preserve Chrono's MP. Of course, right immediately after I say that, I spend it all. But this is on an attack that will kill the entire enemy party in a single blow, so it's worth it. See, now if we try to actually physically attack the thing, it does an okay amount of damage. And magic actually does a decent amount too, so I guess these guys just soak damage normally. And they like to absorb health, because sure. There we go. And these guys are absolutely worthless for training on. That was a waste of time. And now we have to fight another one, because sure. Let's see if we dual tech and see if that does any more damage. Well, it took off about half his health. That's good. And now we are out of here. Yes, we can beat up those freaky mutants. We just did. Yes, let's rest in the Enertron and heal up. Yay! Oh. Yes, we have money. Okay. No new equipment, though we could use a few more healing tonics. And we're pretty much good on everything else. Oh, so, hey, someone else. We're not the only ones who can get past there. And down we go. Okay, so we need to go find what the password is. Now, if you actually... the password never changes. It's always the same button input. It's actually a multiple presses. So if you happen to know what the password already is, you can actually completely bypass this part. Though you do still need to go through with it in order to get... go to the next part of the story. And welcome to the Guardian. This is the next major boss. Now, before you can actually start fighting the Guardian, you want to kill the bits, because if you don't kill the bits, they counterattack every time you hit the Guardian. And just like you, the Guardian can do dual attacks with its bits. Alright, so now that we have gone and killed the bits, let's go ahead and start fighting the Guardian. The Guardian has, I want to say, around 1200 HP, I think? Maybe it was 15? It doesn't have a lot, I know that. Oh, and it's immune to fire. Cool. The countdown here is to reviving the bits. Wait, where's 3? I didn't see a 3. And now it's going to revive the bits. If both bits are still alive, it does the X-Slash, Chrono and Frog's dual tech. Alright, Marl, be a good white mage and heal Mule Chrono. Now, this early in the game, you can expect to go through about 2 to 3 waves of bits before you actually kill the Guardian. Depending on how lucky you are with critical hits. Looks like we actually took him out. Good. Yay! That's a lot of XP. So let's see what's in here. Alright, so the note from the dead guy, that rat statue we passed earlier, we have to chase it. This is one of the more frustrating parts of the game, because if you even slip up once on a turn, you're not going to be able to catch the rat before it runs off the screen. And the rat is the one who has the password to get the, or to get through the console. There we go. Now see, the funny thing is, it says don't make any mistakes or you'll be sorry, but if you actually make a mistake, like hold R and hit A, or hold L and hit A, no, nothing happens. There's no error for getting it wrong. And what's cool is that some enemy formations actually have both enemies, or have the enemies fight against each other instead of just you. So it's an interesting little dynamic that introduced in the game. Not a lot of formations actually feature this, but there are enough that do. Wasting the technique points for the MP. Actually, Marl needs to heal. Now, the main reason why I'm avoiding a lot of encounters is because, as I mentioned before, the enemies in this area do not really give a lot of XP or tech points, so they're not really that useful. Not to mention, until a certain point in the game, you only can get 2 techniques per character. So we've already got them all maxed out, at least in terms of techniques. And of course you have the enemies here who can only be damaged by techniques, and we want to try and conserve MP. Now, this area actually has multiple paths, though you can't go through here. We'll have to come back. Alright, so let's go up and into this area and see what's through this door. Looks like there's another lab we're going to have to go through. Alright, Dee Dee. Should have renamed them all to Dee Dee. Well, that's not good. That was Lavos. Guess what? We're going to be fighting that thing later on. No, not at this point in the game. No. We get completely and utterly annihilated. No. No, well, I guess we don't have a choice. Okay, that's what we've already seen. So I can make sure there's nothing else to show. You can actually completely avoid encounters in this area simply by hugging the outer walls, as you can see. So, I mean, if you're low on health at this point, probably a good idea, or if you're like me, you don't want to waste your time on chump change enemies. Alright, so let's see what Doan has to say. Daddy ain't coming back, kid. Alright, so let's head on over to Protodome and see if we can get to that next portal. And find out where that's going to take us. But before we go through the next lab, which is Lab 32, let's go ahead and save here. So I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in just a few minutes with the next part as we go through Lab 32. See you guys in a little bit.